What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. Now, with this video, we're going to be jumping into Superman, Son of Kal-El, issue number 2. And if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that Tom Taylor has been putting out in this amazing freaking line. And I know how skeptical everybody is for Jonathan to be taking over the mantle, especially with everything going on in the Infinite Frontier, with everything going on in Action Comics and the Superman line. It really is looking like Future State is going to be coming true. And because of that, that means John is going to have to be stepping up as Superman of Metropolis. But before those days happen, before his father leaves off to Warworld to fight as a gladiator, we see the early days before it all begins. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 2, we are picking up with Jonathan watching a video from a channel called The Truth, and they seem mainly to be covering conspiracy theories, or at least theories that can't be completely proven, and so it is all hearsay, or at least for the time being, that's what it stands as. And I think this is a really great depiction of today's youths, to include myself. I mean, you guys are watching this on YouTube right now. It's one of the main ways that we consume our content these days is through video clips. 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and so it's really great at just showing his current age. But The Truth is talking about refugees that are coming from Gomorrah, refugees that are needing help, and it doesn't seem like anybody is helping them, simply because it would be too political of a move to do. But he has to shut this down because today is a day that never comes except for once in your life. And that is your first day at college. Now, Jonathan, he wants to try to have a normal life. He wants to attempt at it. So he wears a blonde wig and he goes by the name of Finn Connors. Because let's get real, at the end of the day, having everybody know who you are, having everybody know that you are the son of Superman, having everybody know what your powers are and what you can do, it's gonna draw a lot of attention, especially for someone that just wants to blend in and try to have some kind of regular college experience. And today is orientation day, his day for a new start, his opportunity to be completely unseen to the entire world. Or at least that is what he had hoped. But little did he know that there was a gunman, one sitting in the car waiting for an opportunity, waiting for this moment when the crowd would be full. And we see him walk up to this crowd and he pulls it out. Aiming it at everybody, he gets ready to unload everything he has inside of it. And this is the moment that Superboy, that Jonathan realized any chance of him being unseen, any chance of him going completely unnoticed would end right here and right now. And with the first bullets being fired, we see Superboy jump into action. Jumping into action, stopping every single bullet. And we see him put Kyle down in an instant. Now, with him taking down Kyle, everybody realizes that this is Superboy. This is Jonathan Kent. Everybody wants to take a picture. Everybody wants to be his friend. Everybody is so cheerful. But this is exactly what he didn't want. He didn't want all this attention. He didn't want all eyes to be on him. And so he goes over to the Jeep that he drove here in. He grabs it and he flies off into the sky. And that's what takes us to the moon. Jonathan taking his car all the way up to the moon. He sits here and really he's just debating everything. Debating all of his life. And he really thinks it's foolish of himself to want this. To think that it was even possible that he could have this. And while he sits here on the moon, his father comes up. We see Superman arrive to try to give any kind of words of comfort that he could really give him at this point. Because if anybody knows how difficult this is, it's him. But as they sit here, they look at this giant blue and green planet. As it floats here in all of the cosmos, they get pretty philosophical. Because while it's humongous, the Earth is giant and there's so much going on it. But in the grand scheme of things, in the entirety of the universe and the multiverse, it is such a small pebble, but it is also a planet full of potential. It's a planet that has the potential for its species to truly unite, to set aside their differences and really evolve their humanity, evolve their civilizations to the next level. The only issue is there is so much conflict. There is so much turmoil. There needs to be more compassion. There needs to be more people really doing what needs to be done. And Superboy asked the question that so many have asked before. Why isn't Superman doing more? He has the potential to do anything and everything. And so John has to ask, why aren't you doing it? And Superman's response is, this isn't his planet. He crash landed here. And so at the end of the day, he doesn't feel like it is his place to be that person, to be that individual that is doing everything. He can help in every way possible, but he just can't lead. The only thing he can do is lead by example. And so that begs the question, if Superman isn't the individual to do it, then who is? But of course we know who it is. It's Jonathan. Jonathan will be the savior of Earth. He is meant and destined to be the savior. Being half human and half Kryptonian, this is his world. This is his home. This is everything that he should be focused on. Now that's a lot of weight to dump on somebody. Essentially dumping the weight of the world on your shoulders, figuratively and literally. But lets him know that there will be friends. He will have individuals to help him along the way. That is not a burden that he needs to carry by himself. And that he needs to rely on those friends. He needs to be able to trust them. But this is when he takes him back to the Fortress of Solitude. He takes him back there because there is something that he wants to give him. There's two things that he wants to give him. One of those things being the Fortress of Solitude key, more or less. Giving him the keys to the house. But not only is he giving him that, as we see them get into the fortress, he pulls out a box. An old box with some dust on it. And this is one of his first capes. Now, this is something he meant to give to his son much later on. But with his son going to the future and now coming back, aged quite a bit, it's something that he thinks he needs now. And so after a little bit of repairs, a little bit of help from Bruce Wayne, they were able to get it in tip-top shape. Now, he had every intention of waiting till Jonathan's 18th birthday. But the only issue is, Superman is thinking more and more that he is going to have to leave soon. And we all know what that means. That means he's going to be going to Warworld. That means the events of Future State are starting to unfold before us. But with everything going on in Action Comics, everything going on in the Superman line, it looks like that is the direction everything is headed. And so Superman is doing his best to prepare everybody, to get everybody ready for his departure, to ensure Earth's safety while he is away trying to save all of these people that have been imprisoned and enslaved by Mongol. But this is when Superman tells him that he should be getting home. And with him getting back home, he lays on his bed and he watches some more of the truth. In watching the truth, he hears updates about a boat of refugees making their way across the ocean. It seems like something has happened. Something is causing it to capsize or go under, but it looks like nobody is coming to help. Nobody is coming to the rescue. And so it is very likely that these individuals more than likely are going to die. And this is where Superboy, he makes a decision. He decides what kind of hero he is going to truly be. And we see him grab the suit that his father gave him and he throws it on. And in a flash, he is in the middle of the ocean and he is rescuing all of these refugees. Grabbing individuals that fell into the water, putting them into the boat, and carrying the boat into the sky and bringing it to safety. Now, where he brings it to safety is Metropolis Harbor. And as he drops the boat off, everybody is happy. Everybody is cheerful. They just got saved by Superman. Or at least that's what they're calling him. And that's what a lot of this is all building up to. It's building up to him being Superman. And we're seeing the small pieces really start to fall into place, with people recognizing him as that symbol. Not as Superboy, but as Superman. But as all of these refugees start to make their way off of the ship, as Superboy is flying into the sky, this is when things go a little bit sideways. Because the police officers, instead of helping these individuals, they start putting everybody in cuffs. Superboy, seeing this, he's definitely not playing this game. Going down there and using his optic beams, he lasers them off. Now, the police officer, he tries to explain. He tries to explain that this is simply policy. This is how these situations are handled. They don't know if they're dangerous. They don't know who they are. And a lot of this is valid points. But we see Superboy really give his vouch of approval, his vote of confidence that these people are not violent. They're just people that need some help. They're people that are fleeing a tyrannical rule, and to deny them that, to treat them as if they were criminals simply for arriving here, and arriving here because of Superboy, it's something that he just simply can't condone. And so the officer agrees. He agrees to compromise with this. While they still have to be brought in, everything has to be processed, so on and so forth. He agrees that there's really no need for some excessive force like having handcuffs on these people, especially when there's children and so on and so forth. And as Superboy watches over and observes everything going on, it seems like somebody is able to sneak up on him. With him being much distracted, we see the individual that he has been watching on the channel that is called The Truth. Now, this individual tells Superboy that he doesn't know what he just did. He stirred a pot, he hit the beehive that he might not want to have hit. Because this is really going to stir a lot of powerful individuals. A lot of individuals that didn't want this information getting out. Didn't want these people making it here alive. But he introduces himself as Jay Nakamura. And with Jonathan getting a little bit closer look at this individual, he finds out that this is the guy that he saved at the college. The one that was about to get filled with bullets if Superboy did not step in. And so more or less, this is him also thanking Superboy for doing that. For giving up his opportunity to be normal to save his life. But this is when he starts to fill him in. Fill him in on the island of Gamora. Now, this place is supposed to be a paradise, but it seems like people are frantically trying to flee from it, not knowing exactly what is going on there, and it seems to be horrible propaganda being used to be able to silence the people and make it seem like this place is nothing more than a sanctuary for all of humanity. But he lets him know that the President Henry Bendix, the tyrant that rules this island, he is not going to be happy, and he is going to want some revenge on Superboy. And that will be where this issue ends. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, like I said in the last issue, I really think this is probably some of the best Superboy stories we've gotten in a freaking long time. Tom Taylor is really knocking out of the park when it comes to this Superboy line. We're really seeing him come into his own, and that's what I like that's going on right now. We're seeing both the Super Sons. We're seeing Jonathan and Damian really start to come into their own. With Damian on Lazarus Island doing his own, Mortal Kombat Enter the Fist style tournament, we are seeing Superboy really start to understand what he wants to stand for, what he wants that symbol on his chest to mean, what he wants his name to be. We're seeing great character growth. We're seeing great character arcs here. We're really finally getting these characters to evolve past that preteen stage. And they're finally starting to step up to the plate, getting ready to take over the shoes of their fathers, getting ready to fill those roles, be the next generation of heroes. And while at the end of the day, it's sad to see individuals like Batman and Superman, Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne kind of set to the side, it's really awesome to see these guys be able to step up to the plate and be able to have that opportunity to show the world what they are truly made of. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.